Hey guys, today I got something completely different for you. This was given to me a couple years ago and I never did anything with it. It's a single edge axe. And so I picked up a handle for it and I thought I'd make a little video of fixing this up and show you how to sharpen an axe, and then we'll try it out and compare it to a splitting maul for splitting firewood. So the first thing I'm going to do, and I'm probably going to do most of this off camera, is punch out the old handle that's broke off in here. And what's going to take the biggest amount of work is fitting the new handle to it. It's going to take a lot of sanding to get this down there. And I'm not going to be using any like knives to carve it with. I'm just going to be using a sander and power tools and stuff to work with. I'm going to clean this whole thing up, make it look like a new one here. So let's get started on it. I'm going to attempt to use a punch and a chisel to get all this out, but I don't know how well it's going to work. I may have to drill it a little bit to get it started, but we'll just see what happens. Yeah, it's not going to work. There. Alright, so now we can start cleaning this up and sharpening the edge. Then we'll fit the handle to it, and that'll be about it. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is just take an angle grinder here, grind the top flat, get the chunks of metal that's out, make it smooth again, and we'll put the edge on it. And any time you use a grinder or something on a knife edge or axe head or something, you don't want to get it too hot or you'll take the temper out and your metal is going to get weak and brittle. So you got to keep that in mind too. You don't want to get these razor sharp, you just want a good even edge across there. About like sharpening a lawnmower blade, you don't want it super sharp or it's just going to bend if you hit something with it. So you got to keep that in mind. It'll get a little bit sharper than what it is now after I dress up the rest of it. Alright, so now for this part, we're getting the rest of the paint off and getting the metal shiny and almost polished. We're using a flap disc. This is a 36 grit, which is a little aggressive. I think I have an 80 grit to put on it. What I like about the flap disc, it's more flexible than a grinding disc, so it's going to go with the curve more. You won't have any lines showing. It'll give you a pretty smooth finish on it. Alright, so I'm going to continue to work on it off camera. I don't want to bore you with it. I'll get back to you here in a minute when I get ready to polish it more. Alright, so the only grit I had for in the flap disc was a 80 or 36 grit. I do have 80 grit on this thing here. It goes in the drill, so I'm going to use that to smooth it out a little more. If that don't work, then I'm going to take a DA sander to it. And also got these other pads that should help polish the metal out. Let's see what happens there. Alright, so that was just putting swirl marks in the metal. So now I'm going to try to use a DA sander with 80 grit sandpaper on it and see what I can do with it now. Alright guys, I got about the best I can get it. It's really smooth, but it's not as shiny as I was hoping for. I don't have really no way of polishing it right now. I may end up painting it. It was originally red as you seen, so I may end up painting it. I'm not sure yet. I'll go ahead and put it on the handle anyway, because if I paint it, it'll just be spray paint. I can just mask the handle off. But next thing we got to do is shape the end of the handle to get it to fit. It's going to take quite a bit to get it to fit. As you can see, it's about the smallest one I could find without going with a hatchet handle. And the way this end is cut, I'm going to have to sand mainly on this side since it's cut it off center, but we'll see what we can do. Alright guys, this is what I'm going to use to sand this down. This is actually a birthday gift from my dad this year, and I'm going to just start working it down like this and go from there. I'm not going to show it all on camera. I'm just going to get started here, and we'll look at it here in a minute. Alright guys, I think I got it. It's still not going, it's going about halfway on, but I think I can force it the rest of the way, then put the wedge in it. I had to take quite a bit off, as you can tell. But it starts going on, so I think we should be able to get it to go the rest of the way. Yeah, it's going to go. It's about as far as it wants to go, and it's close enough. Now we'll go ahead and put the wedge in it. And cut the rest of this off, and we'll be done with that. Alright guys, I went ahead and put a metal wedge in there too, just as extra protection. That should hold it pretty. I didn't get it perfect, you see there's a gap there, but I'm not in a not a professional on axe handles and stuff. I am going to clear coat it instead of painting it, just so it got the silver look to it, just something different. So, and the paint will wear off in no time, but it'll protect it for right now. Be better to have like a clear sealer to put on that bare metal, but it'll be alright. It'll wear off too pretty quick. So let that dry and I'll put another coat on it and we'll look at it in a little bit and then we'll try it out. Alright guys, we're going to try it out. My beautiful girlfriend Abby is going to try it out for me. So whenever you're ready, babe. It works. Alright, now we're going to split another piece with a splitting maul just to show how the splitting maul does. The splitting maul weighs more, so it actually does a little better job. There we go. Perfect. Alright guys, there you have it. It seemed to work pretty good actually. So I might eventually touch the paint back up where it got scratched up from using it, but I just more or less painted just to keep it from rusting anyway, but it'll probably be alright. So, well guys, if you got any questions or comments about axes or splitting mauls, I'll try my best to help you. I'm not a lumberjack or expert in the field, but I will try to help you. So thanks for watching guys, and we'll catch you later.